Coffee machine, guys. I'll be right there. Welcome back, everybody. I'm in the Black Void. Drift Johnson, Scuffed Epoch, formerly 5 Below 5. So glad you could join me. It is 8 o'clock on the 2nd of July. 2nd of July, I swear. And we're here. So let me see. Fernicar, Battle Cruiser operational, liked and subscribed. Hello, Apolloni Art. Hello, 5 Facts About. Hello, Fernicar. Hello, Full Dive Media. Hello, Kurt Curtis. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope I'm being heard loud and clear. Had a little bit of a coffee malfunction at the start of the show there. I make a coffee before I start the stream, and basically the machine was like doing a self-cleaning mode. So it took a little bit longer than usual. But we're here. And then I had 2 choices. Wait for this track to end or just gibber over it for the next 3 minutes. So that's the plan. So we're all here. We're going to follow on from yesterday, but we're also going to look at some stuff. Because if you recall, I had some homework. Yesterday we were talking about text-to-speech, making it faster. Perhaps not even using AI. Perhaps going back. We need to go back. Okay. So we went back to 1986, and that's where the research started. In fact, I just need to summon my other machine to check, because I'm actually coding right now. One of my clones is working on the 3rd version of this. Oh my god, who cares? Don't you love it when that pumps up? So there's a couple of things on my radar. Multi-talk is one of them. Omnigen is one of them. Somebody very helpfully submitted. Was it Apolloni? Very helpfully submitted a workflow somewhere. I'll find it. Let me just log into this machine real quick. I hope the levels are good. Essentially, what we're doing is we're multiple ourselves, aren't we? Do you know what I mean? Oh. Uh-oh. See, this is why you have to keep an eye on your clones. Because they just sort of stop working, look. What's wrong with you, mates? He's working on DJZ Speak, which is not out yet. It's the grandchild of what we're going to talk about in a minute. So what's happened here? Resume. I wonder what happened. Do you think... Who knows? I'm not there. I don't know. Slap the clone. Get back to work. And then we'll have a look at that in a bit later. So anyway, yeah, wait. Yep, confirmed work being done by the DJZ development team. I kind of love this world we're stepping into. I really do. I'm just like, you know... Yeah, we got to go over there. I was thinking the other day, right? You don't need multiple machines. So we're going to start looking into Windows virtual machines. Because I was thinking, right? It's working with API, so it doesn't need a GPU. So all you need is virtual machines that contain VS codes that are hooked up to an API. Whether it be a local model or a remote, it doesn't matter. You know, that's the capability. But if you wanted to run like 4 at once, you can just run 4 at once, like, you know, in a cross on the desktop. I've done it. When I've needed to do big job, I've split it up and run the job in parallel. You just have to know how to project manage the bits. But let's talk about what I was actually doing, because all of this talking stuff got me thinking. And if you remember yesterday... Oh, what's this? Can AI help with the remember names thingy? Yeah, I need to start doing something like that. How much do I spend on API monthly? Not enough. Okay, my only regret in AI is not having spent more, because this is the cheapest it will ever be. There's something you don't hear everywhere else. Remember, if you're watching live or if you're watching later, there is the Scuffed Epoch Discord. Don't forget, join links in the description. And why not subscribe? Because there's so much content and we are fast approaching live 200. Also, main channel content is going to start reappearing. I've started to kind of like crank the engine a little bit on the algo, because obviously it's like not used to me doing it. So thank you all for watching my latest releases. But if you ever see anything that isn't a long form tutorial or something with a bit of effort, that's me just kind of, I'm just trying to kind of feed the algo a little bit. And I don't mean like with the content, I just mean the act of actually uploading something, right? But anyway, I'll be referring to those videos in other videos very soon. But yeah, I'm working on a chronology of text-to-speech, which is fun. So with all of this talking stuff going on, I think we're going to be taking a new focus to talking heads again. Whatever that looks like, there's a whole bunch of different solutions out there. So anyway, yesterday on the show, we were talking about how, do I really want, like, sure, if you're making a synth, it's got to look like a human, sound like a human, that makes sense. But if I'm interacting with a robot, do I want it to sound like a human? And if I have to pay a lot of compute and complexity in terms of the stack to get that to work, like, you know, if I'm paying a lot in terms of latency, I don't think it's worth it. So I thought, can we make robot talk, right? So obviously I've started at the top in 1986. So we're having a little bit of a journey here for the first part of the show. This is how we get to DJZ Droidz, okay? And you're going to love it. You're going to love DJZ Droidz. You're going to love it. It's probably one of the most fun things I've ever made. I made it by accident. I was trying to improve DJZ Hawk, and I accidentally made DJZ Droidz. I think I might have stumbled upon how they actually made R2-D2. Like, because it's basically a broken 1986 text-to-speech. Because basically I broke it, and now it makes R2-D2. And it's funny because we were talking about that yesterday. We were like, oh, I wonder, we can make R2-D2. And the thing is, it's not random. It's actually turning the words into those noises. So it will always be, you know, if he says yes, it'll always sound like the same noise, you know. It's not random. It's deterministic by what you want it to say. Multi-talk with 1.2.1. Yeah, Broken Boyo. Thank you, Fernie. Yeah, for 100%. We're going to be checking out all of that stuff very soon. But I thought we'd take a little bit of a pause and just have a little look at it. So, Dr. Sbaitso is something I made on the stream 2 days ago. And it's 1986 text-to-speech synthesis. So it sounds like a speak and spell. It goes, hello, everyone. It's like monotone, very basic, but it's kind of cool. And you can use it like this, Python main thing, and it will just say it. It doesn't have a way to save the files in this version, but there is an interactive version where you get like a, you get like a I, you go -I, and it does run on eSpeak. There's an MSI for Windows and other ways of doing it for other OSs. Oi! Worker's going to sleep. Wake up! Oh, is he finished? Okay, we'll have to come back to that. So, I don't know what it's doing though. Cannot read. It's in read-only mode. What? Huh? Weird. Anyway. Interactive mode. So when you go into interactive mode, you'll say, hello, I'm a computer, blah, 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 and it'll say it. You know, it'll say every time. You just type and it just says it. All right? But it actually does use the proper way it did it. It's not like a fake. It actually does it old school, 1986 style, but with Python. Very cool. Very cool. 8-bit quantization. And the thing is, at first when you hear it, you're like, I can't really tell what it's saying. But the more you hear it, the more you can actually make out the words, and then you kind of learn, oh, it is actually saying it. And then you kind of you learn the ability to figure out what he's saying. It's probably because you can actually read the text. But the point I'm trying to make is it has a very vintage is definitely the word for it. There is enhanced modes where I allow you to increase the sample rate and the bit depth, so it's not quite so classic, but I don't think it's really going to help. What I did was I moved on 10 years into the future and did DJZ Hawk, which is actually modeled after Stephen Hawking's text-to-speech. Although I didn't manage to get it that good, because 1996, that's not the one that he's famous for. That's the one that was original. It's the one that he popped, because I think he actually has like a better version of this. But anyway, I gave it my shot, best shot, and it's actually pretty good. I put a little sample up in the I think I put the samples in so here's DJZ Hawk. I don't think you'll be able to hear this because of the music. Let me turn it up. It probably just sounds like Cylons. But the point is, it's deterministic, so it's not just random noises. It is actually, it will sound kind of like what is being said, but it's very robotic, right? So that was 1996. And so I was trying to improve that, okay? And then I stumbled on this. Okay, so what I did was I broke it. I was like, holy crap, that's R2-D2. And so then I was like, right, rewrite the whole project, asset flip time. And I turned it into DJZ Droidz TTS. And DJZ Droidz TTS sounds, greetings human, wait, let's do this one first, it's shorter. Here. Because it does all. So it's basically R2-D2, guys, you know what I mean? Call it R5, and yeah. But it says it's got 9 voices. I only tested Kit and Paul because they're what's actually, you know, the actual voices. I'll be real, I don't know if any of the other voices even make any difference, but I put, you know, configs in so you can change it. And it's like, oh, there's C-3PO. There's no C-3PO. It's all droids. It's all droids, no talking. It's using talking to drive the machine voices, so you can't understand what it's saying. But do you know what the funny thing is? I reckon you might actually learn, because it is actually talking. It's just not words. It's, you know. I reckon that certain phrases, if they're said over and over, you'd be like, oh yeah, I know what he's saying. You know what I mean? Like a repeated noise is going to be recognized just as much as a sequence. Yeah. So if he's like, oh, I don't know. I don't know. The point is, it's there. It works. You can go ahead, fork it, change it, chop it, change it, chase it, whatever you want to do. Same as always. Yes. So it cannot say words. It will just make a bunch of beeps and boops. But, you know, like I said, this was forked from something that was almost, like the other one was almost intelligible, you see. And that brings me to the latest one, which is DJZ Speak, which would be, like I say, the grandchild. Now, I have no idea if this works, but it's claiming... Wait, it says ready for production. Let me just check here what he's actually done. It's very suspicious that he's managed to do the whole thing in $1.77. Okay. 8 voices, audio effects, default voices. Oh wow, HAL 9000, eh? We'll see if that's the thing. Has it even tested anything yet? Let's try it. Terminal. Let's go full screen. Full screen ahead. Okay. So let's call it Python main.py. Hello, I am a robot. Let's try one of those. Errors? Permission denied. Huh? I'm getting permission denied on the audio file, but see, I don't even know if we can even hear it if I play it. Where did it save it? What the heck? Why is it saving it in app data? Oh, it couldn't save it in app data. Right, okay. So basically we need to say, okay. We need to alter the default audio output path to a new folder inside this project, which we which we will create if it does not. I know it doesn't, but does not already exist. Named output. It's a long way of saying save stuff into a folder. Yeah. Okay. And while it's doing that, let's have a look at some of the outputs from the generations that I did between last stream and today. Who else? Have I missed people? Hello, Zanelli. Welcome, welcome. I'm impressed with that in-painting workflow you put up in the Discord, mate. Well done. Hello, Full Dive Media. Wait, what? Didn't I already say hello to Full Dive? What did I miss? Oh, okay. Walkie-talkie stuff. Oh yeah, you're talking. Yeah. Whip whoop, whip whoop. So anyway, the droid voice was fun. But oh, and also we had a power cut today, so I'm like a bit skaboodled because everything I normally have open is like closed and dead. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. There's like trucks from the power company all over the place, and we're actually running on generators right now, so I'm thankful for their efforts. We wouldn't even be here. Kind of crazy, but then that's the power of many tenants, I guess. Okay, so a WAN vase, right. So angle B, jack 1. I don't know, was it angle B? Did I start putting things in the wrong? Yeah, see. I've been busy. Oh, okay, so we've got a bunch of new widescreen footage. Is that all widescreen? God dang. Up to there. Is there one video? No, put them all in there. Okay. Yeah. I need to sit down for this one. Yeah. Well, no. A little bit closer. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I just wanted to look at my outputs. A UPS. Yes, UPS. These look really nice, guys. I'm really happy with the way this is going. Like, sure, we're going to get more detail and more sharper soon. So we won't need to like do all this chromatic blurriness. But when I'm looking at this on full screen monitor, I can see the pixelation. But when I look at this from far away, it looks really good. Because I'm playing a trick where I'm guessing that you're going to be watching it on a mobile phone. And so at that point, I don't really, you know. So if you watch this on full screen, it won't be as good. It's not intended for full screen, really. But if you notice that when you watch this now, just like in the window or on a mobile device, it'll look amazing. Can't see broccoli because of the YouTube compression, says Fernicart. Yeah, true. See, I think sometimes the MPEG compression can actually be your friend. Oh my god, it looks like the car behind did a big old drift-do and maybe lost control. I love the brake. The physics look good. Yeah, because I can watch this on like a big screen and then I've got it on a little monitor a little further away and it looks perfect on, you know what I mean? So if you watch this sort of content on a phone, I think it will look much more natural. It'll just look like someone put it through a style filter or something. That's the idea anyway. Yeah, let me get out of the way of this for a minute. Nice and clean. I'm really happy with how it came out, guys. Like I said, some of the first images I ever made with Stable Diffusion were like drift cars, and they looked terrible. We looked at some of them recently, but we were all hyped when it came out, and we kind of knew and hoped this is where it was going, and it is really getting there now. Yeah, these actually do look like, because it looks like you feel someone filmed. I'm going for, you know, filmed on a phone or something, right? Heavy compression, lens artifacts, the whole thing. Now it's just picking out the ones with the best motion. Like sometimes the cars have too much grip. Sometimes they seem to like slide from a position on the road to another. Other times the entire world actually changes to make it fit. You know? But it is now getting to the point where, like, say I wanted to make like a little fan movie about drift racers, I could just generate all the race scenes and then film the scenes and then put it through the same filter process. It's all going to blend nice. So, you know, like, have you ever played like a Need for Speed game? They have like cutscenes. It's not really high production value, you know? This is fine. You know what I mean? It's like, all it needs now is good sound design. And I got an idea for that. And you're going to laugh. It's dubbing with a stunt car. And you'll be like, how the hell do you dub? Yeah? And the way is by actually... It's so funny. The way is by getting a video game and turning off all the sound effects except for like ambient wind and the engine noise, and then you try to find a corner that looks the same as the shot, and then you actually drive the same maneuver and record the audio, and then it's a dubbing mission. Most Wanted is still a good one. Yeah, it is. I've got video on YouTube. 10 minutes long of just a police chase. Takes me back. So yeah, these are sick. Super sick. And the beautiful thing is this is open source as well, so yeah, we've seen it all. We've seen it all. I think we've seen the jacks. Yeah, we've seen the jacks. That was yesterday. Yes, tomorrow. Alright, let's see if he's got out of his jam. Let's see now. So it looks to me like... yeah, he's going to do a bunch of stuff, so we'll allow it. I'll allow it. Where's my Discord gone? Hiding. So yeah, like I said, I put some demos up. So we've got the droid voice, we've got the old school Hawk voice, and we've still got Dr. Spateso from the other day as well. So there's a few little things, because I'm thinking about, say I want to do a sci-fi movie and I want a computer in the movie. I don't want to be using like Kokoro. It's too good. I want to use something that's like beep boop, affirmative, you know. And we can already do that with filters, but wouldn't it be cool if it actually was synthetic voice? Because, you know, we can vibe code that, so that's what I've done. So now we've got a deterministic Droidz voice. It's pretty much just R2-D2, guys. But there are JSONs, so you can actually create your own, see? You can change the frequency, metallic, robotic, all these different things, and more. Droid personality military, huh? I don't know, I think that might just be put in for fluff, guys. Wait, what? It could be used for robotic attraction announcements in theme parks. Look, see, this guy's got the right idea. Look at all these applications. What a G. It's just Python. So it's really fast. And that's why I'm trying to make this other one. It's aimed at being really fast. So like, say I have a really big amount of speech, it's just going to immediately play it back. No latency. I'll give up a lot of quality for latency. But yes. Droid voice not robotic enough. That's the opposite problem I have. Right. And hey, who knows? It might actually be more efficient and or safer because of the way that the beeps and the boops are easier to hear. You know what I mean? Like a robot going, hey, warning, danger, might be different than it going whip whoop whip whoop, and obviously everyone's going to know that's the danger noise, right? You'd end up programming everyone. That's the noise that means danger, you know? So in a way, it might actually be more efficient because the frequencies are all chirpy. So, I don't know, there might be like a sort of hidden safety element in this, which I'd never really thought about until I started using it, because it isn't really doing anything. It's not a different language. It's just saying hello in chirps, for example, right? And it's really simple. You just run it a command line. So I bet you could pipe things into it and just have it talk back, right? Ideally, I'd like it to be more human-like, though. I think that the previous version, Hawk, was getting there, but it's trying to be an authentic 1996 thing, you know. So it's never going to be as good as... Because it's funny, actually, I was thinking, shouldn't it be as good as Stephen Hawking's thing? Shouldn't it be? Makes me wonder if he had some secret, maybe he had a fine-tuned version. I don't know. But this apparently is, if you look it up online, it'll say, here, look. Wikipedia. Oh no, not Wikipedia. We should use Claude, but I want to, you know, Hawking's voice. Voice. F. Look, we're doing it old school. Lost my voice. Sent to the speech synthesizer for short speeches to be delivered. So that means it wasn't real time. Yeah, 1 word per minute, look. 1 word per minute. Because he lost use of his hand. But still, he could only do 1 word a minute with his cheek. So you know when you see like a live interview, they've obviously pre-recorded his responses because he can't respond that fast, bless him. You see what I mean? But he said when he was able to use his hand, so pre-2005, this is all I can do to figure out what he was using, guys. I have to look at how his ALS was, you know, degenerating. And so from 1986, he got Equalizer, okay, from Words Plus, all right? So I had that, basically, or not, it wasn't that, but it's like a modern rewrite, okay? And, but later... he got something better. I don't know what that was. I'm trying to figure it out. It says he collaborated with Intel on systems that could do brain patterns. Swift key. It's tough trying to figure it out. But anyway, the best I can tell is it was Deck Talk 4.2. Right? That's the best I can tell. So that's what we went with. And we tried to do the linear predictive rather than the previous, which was like diphones. Anyway, it does actually work, but it's very hard to understand. So to me, it's almost like there's still something missing, you know? It claims to be complete and it is functional though, you know what I mean? You know. It apparently uses Alphabet, so it's like it's doing all the things. But anyway, and you can actually hear this one, but I think we can do better, right? So that's why I'm working on version 3. Keep getting kicked out. There's been another power cut at home. Testing the new synthesis complete. DJZ speak. Testing. Okay, right. Output. Thing. Now, can we hear stuff? Is that... Whoa, what was that? Hang on, I heard something there. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh my god, it's... GitHub. GitHub. We need to post this. This is perfect. It's perfect. Hang on, do I need to stop him and make him update the documentation? Yeah, just stop a minute. Just stop a minute. Just stop a minute. That was so good. It actually said the words and it was good. It was good. Right, okay. Update the documentation. Update the documentation explaining what this is, what this does, how to use it, and notes for developers by updating the @readme. So good. Good clone. Good clone. Good clone, everybody. That's what I like. Update the documentation explaining. We're going to give it a little bit of a thing here. What this is. What this does. How to use it. Notes for developers. And then by updating. And then I will start. Get it ready. Oh, that's beautiful. I was worried it was going to get into development hell, but I did two things. I did deep research to make a research document, and I used the research document to do deep research on making the plan. So it's another pre-step. But then it one-shotted it. I think, what did I have to do? It did ask me to interfere with it at one point, but I've forgotten what it wanted to do now. But I think that just worked straight out the box. We'll check in a minute. We'll check what it actually did. Okay, so this one is DJZ speak. Just like that. Just like that. Because the thing is, it just makes robot voice. So it's going to be super fast, doesn't take up any GPU. So I was looking for a lightweight solution to make things talk. And if I want to talk to a robot, maybe I want it to sound like a robot. That was actually very easy to understand. So let's just chuck it all in there. So he wants to do all of that, right? So before he does that, because I like sometimes how do you say it? Sometimes when you tell him to do something, he'll do something else. So I want to get the snapshot now and then just update the README. You know what I mean? But hang on a minute. What do we not need to... Oh, build... Yeah, you do need build that. You need that. You need that. It's just the Pi cache. So basically everything. It's actually super easy to distribute. I love Python. It's so good. Wait a minute. Hang on a minute. I'm having a little bit of a UI confusion here. Right, pull that out of the way. Where is... Oh, I see. I went to the wrong place. Yeah. What? I can't find it. Did I make the repo in a... Yeah, I did. I made the repo on the wrong computer. Don't mind me. I'm just getting confused. There we go. We got there. We got there. So I want to actually upload it from here. And it's going to be loop. All right. This is good. Okay, so that's good. And like I say, who knows what other features it has. But this is good for now. So obviously I'm going to want to take away... The Pi cache is there built by whoever is running this. But everything else is good to go. It even comes with a little test. Swisheroo. Alright. That's another one in the bag. Okay. Now then, what have we got? That was cool. I didn't expect that. Right, need to rewrite the documents. So yeah, put him in app mode. Hopefully, because sometimes he'll go nuts and do more than he's supposed to do. So, oh, just trying to close all the other things. Oh, what happened? Is he finished already? Wait, what? What's he doing now? Okay, okay. He's updating it. But yeah, I got to check the README and see what the result was in the end, but this is supposed to be fast. Fast at the expense of realism. Because I was thinking, right, we've got all these super cool TTSs, but they're not real time, and they, you know, it's not fast, right? And now I know that's not going to be the same forever, but I'd like to provide some alternatives for low hardware and, you know, older devices. Because it's like not everybody's running a 4090 to do a chatbot. It's just, you know, overkill, guys. And these style presets are untested, obviously. You know, we've just made it. I've heard one sample. It sounded pretty good. It's all running on eSpeak NG. That's what the core is that's running this. So I didn't even spell execute correctly. Yeah, you gotta love it when you're like, messed that up, didn't I? Right. Synthesis complete. Testing the WAV, he said. What's it doing now? So we finished the README. He's run a test. He's done another test. I do get a little concerned that sometimes they're just running loads of tests. So you were supposed to just do, just update the thing. And he's like, no, I'll just do a whole bunch of line testing. Don't even worry about it. And then he's deleting it as well, so I don't even know what it was that he made. Like if you're gonna make stuff, don't delete it. So we've got the default thing, blah 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 blah. He's updated the README. Good. So now we can update the README. So if I can just find that, it's in here, this one. So let's go into this. Upload the README. Yes. Speak. The original prompt is dev team handoff. I don't know why it's not in the prompt folder, but it is in the project. What are you going to do? Okay. I can't believe it. He's finished. It's finished like way too early. Alright, well, that's him done. Yeah, we don't need that one. Okay. So yeah. So, now we get to talk about my 180th repo, DJZ Speak. Cool stuff. So it does require that you have the eSpeak NG package. You'll find that for whichever system you have. I do provide links somewhere. Yeah, here. Okay. Apparently you can use Choco, but I don't use Choco. I don't know why. It's funny. When we were doing this, he didn't install Choco. It's funny. He went Choco install and it didn't work. And then he went, I'll do pip instead. And he got it from pip through GitHub. So he still did it, but it's just funny how he did it a different way entirely. Anyway, once you get in, you open it, you do the requirements, or the old version of it. No setup pi here. And then Python main, what you want. Python main, what you want. Now this is working, I have some more ideas, such as an API. Because wouldn't it be cool if I could send text to this and then have it just respond with the WAV file? Don't know. Might be too complicated. Maybe you just build this into the app that you're making. Probably would be easier, considering, you know, it's quite simple. Anyway, let's check it out. But yeah, like I said, I would like to turn it into some kind of endpoint tool where I can have it just basically be like, speak this to me. Send a bunch of text and have it talk back in whatever custom voice I asked for. Looks like a lot cheaper. You know, obviously, if I want it to be like fancy, you're going to use an upmarket, modern AI-powered TTS. But I think it's nice to have retro tools. Because like I said, what if I'm making an AI movie and I've got a robot in it and I want to make a consistent voice for the robot? Well, you know, you can use things like this to do that. And then you have a repeatable profile. It has its own voice. It's not, do you know what I mean? It's not like, ooh, maybe we'll get it to sound the same. It will be the same because it's like a machine voice, not an AI voice. Anyway, look at all this stuff. Install PyDub. Alright, well, let's give it a blast. I am a little concerned that it doesn't install to a ENV, so it might just be cooked, but we'll give it a go. So we're going to need my good friend VS Code. Did you hear VS Code has gone fully open source? Well, that's what they're saying, and they've even taken their bot, their Copilot thing. I don't know if it's just the extension or the whole thing, but it's kind of crazy, guys. So let's open a folder, go into tools, call it DJZ Speak. Because if it works like as well as it appeared to, I mean, look, this will be the first install as well, so unless somebody else has already git cloned it that's watching, because nobody else knows about it. Okay. Let's bring it on back. Welcome, 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 welcome. So yeah, well, as is tradition, I immediately go straight into the subfolder. Just open that up again. Right, let's get a terminal out. And what do we want? We want to do what it says. So let's read it. And these are all on Windows. Do that. Okay, cool. And then go into DJZ Speak. We're in there and do this. Okay. Let's give it a blast. Uh-oh. That's not good. Oh, it's the eSpeak. Right, okay. So, because I've got it installed, I've got it installed already on Windows. I installed the MSI, so obviously I can't have this, right? So I'll just comment it out, and then we should be good. I hope you guys understand that the reason obviously it was not allowed to install is because I'm on Windows and I had to do it a different way. So I know it's installed, so that means I can just comment that out. Right. Okay, so we installed the dependencies, it's done, and let's give it a blast. Now what's it going to do? Automatically save it. Oh, okay, right, we've got voice presets, right, let's go. Oh. eSpeak NG not found. I've already got eSpeak, guys, don't you worry. Alright, looks like we're going to be installing it again. Maybe I don't have it. Let's just put this here. Just don't mind this. This is just an article about why you shouldn't do setup.py. Don't mind that. I just need to get the link. eSpeak MSI. Install it. Yep. Okay, maybe I didn't install it on this machine yet. Weird. Lib eSpeak NG phonemizer. Well spotted. Okay, it is now installed. We can get rid of that. Now, whenever we do stuff like that, we're going to have to kill this terminal. I think sometimes you have to kill the whole of VS Code. We'll see. Oh, okay, so it did actually work using eSpeak. Yes. So apparently we're missing Skippy. Stupid. Why are we not go... Wait, what? Skippy's there. I'm going to move this to the bottom. It shouldn't have done. It shouldn't have stopped it. Let's do this again. That shouldn't matter. I've already got Skippy. Go again. Missing Skippy. That's so weird. But it is working. So let's see what it sounds like. Oh, we've got a bunch of them. Nothing. 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 Wait. Turn the sound up. Brilliant.
Hello, I am a robot.
Perfect.
Hello, I am a robot.
Okay, what's this then?
Setting a new default output directory feature.
Oh, it's so perfect. It's so perfect. It sounds like something hit it on the head, but it is reading it outright. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. I love it.
Setting a new default output directory feature.
It's almost like something out of Warhammer 40,000, you know what I mean? It's like, it works. We don't need to make it fancy. You know what I mean? Actually, we need to scuff this now. That's great. That's actually really nice. Considering that there's no... Right. Ooh, we're getting some... This... What? Okay, we're getting some weird stuff about NumPy and whatnot. I reckon we need to adapt this to a virtual environment. So, okay. Remember my classic prompt, guys? Let me just get comfortable for this. No, that's not the right pose. There we go. So basically, this is a classic now. So it'll be... We can enhance the user experience by introducing the use of a virtual of a VENV. 1. Create the we've already got the requirements.txt, so create the install.bat, which creates a VNV and installs the requirements.txt. 2. Create a run.bat, which that's going to be interesting because we've got loads of like switches and stuff, which activates the... Oh, actually, wait. Yeah. Just activates the VNV. Don't run anything. Just activate the VNV and then we can run commands. That's fine. As a like bare minimum, which activates the VNV, making the system ready for user commands. Okay, I think that's all I really need as a bare minimum, because I think the problem is my system Python is becoming a problem now. Do you know what I mean? Because it's so old. and broken. Is watermelon a weapon? Says Mr. Sheesh. Watermelon. I think yes. I think many men have been crushed by watermelons, and I mean, maybe it wasn't an accident. You know, maybe those watermelons were pushed. It'd be a convenient way to get rid of somebody, wouldn't it? Well, we were just unloading this metric ton of watermelons, and I don't know what happened. You know, I don't know. Is watermelon a weapon? I'm just going to say yes. Just responding to the comments, guys. If you're watching later and wonder why I randomly say stuff like that, I'm responding to the chat. Okay. So, what? Oh, it's got the wrong thing. We need that one with that one, and then we need to do it again. There we go. Good times, good times. So anyway, I hope you're all doing well. Oh, by the way, bit of an announcement before we head off to coffee time. Tomorrow there won't be a show, mostly because I'm going to be in London. So as I'll be away, there won't be a show tomorrow night. But we'll make up with it with a bonanza over the weekend, no doubt. Yes. First time setup, run install, and then run back. Okay, let's give it a blast. So, install. Huh? What? Oh, I'm an idiot. He hasn't done it yet. What a fool. Yeah, for all I know, the other program actually had the same errors, you know, maybe the other, because it is working even though those errors exist. So I don't know if it's going to get better, but we'll look at fixing them up. One thing I've been doing lately has been using revisions for the branches. So obviously this right here, first version, does technically work, but it's got a few problems. So what I'll do is I'll just call this Rev 0. That's my first one. And then, you know, we'll go from there. Obviously I'm developing on the main branch, and then I'm freezing versions to branches, which I think is fine. I won't update the, you know, I'm probably doing it wrong, but I'm using them as snapshots. So it works for me at the moment. All right, we'll do install. Python 3.10, interesting. I've got a, interesting. I need 3.10 for a little project I'm working on. So it turns out my local system is 3.10. So maybe... But yeah, I'd like to start doing some stuff with Windows. I'd like to just do stuff with Windows. I'm trying to think about doing like virtual Windows machines. And just letting the AI have a bit more control over it. What I'm hoping with this is that it's actually going to install everything, because I think what was happening was it already had some of those files, and maybe they were in too new or different versions than it expected, and so it's unable to downgrade. Well, that's my basic understanding anyway. Is brain a weapon, says Fernicar. Mate, brain is the biggest weapon of them all. Oh, hello. It says I am okay, cool. So now we'll do run, and it should give us the VNV. Cool. All right, and then let's do Python main.py-i. I want to test the interactive mode. We're in classic robot, so we can change the voice, speed, pitch, exclamation mark, quit to exit. What are the voices? I don't know what the voices are. Damn. Okay, right, well, we'll learn how to quit. Quit. And then I want to do, instead of that, list voices. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we've got quite a few of them. So if we go into I... Right, so it should just talk back to me. So we use classic robot. Say, hello, I am classic robot. Oh, what? Why are you saving it to the freaking app locals? We already fixed that. So that's sketchy. TV's trying to turn itself off. So the interactive mode is still saving to the wrong place. Oh, that's annoying. I'll have to get him to fix that. God damn. Okay, so right. So quit. Almost. There. Give me them voices. So I should be able to just say dash H. Okay. So where's the thing where it says where it saves it? Is there a path? Output dash output. Okay, cool. There. Right. Huh? Okay, so do I have to put what? Oh, it's because... Right. It's because it's using the eSpeak executable in program files, which then makes it use app data temp. Okay. So why don't we say output to... I don't know, C colon. Nope, it's not doing it. Right, we have to fix it. It's not us. It's not me, it's them. The output files... okay. We can ensure that the output files are saved to the correct, to the specified path, or default to the output folder, which is local to the main pie. Currently, we are saving files to users temp, which is crap and stupid. Not allowed. Please confirm if the WAV file didn't save as you suspect. Ah, right, yes. Shall we go there? Show me. Good idea, Fernica. It doesn't like my double slashes. Let me just remove those. I think it doesn't have permission. Wait, look, there's a whisper recording here because I opened it in admin mode. No, there are no WAVs. There are no WAVs. Oh, wait. There's just the one. Which isn't us. Not right now, anyway. God knows what that is. It's probably me going, with the F1. Because that's actually running right now still. I actually do use it. So... Bloody hell, that's a lot of talking. Let's see. Uh-huh. Configuration is correct, it says. Oh, right, okay. So we have to actually catch the files and move them. Because basically it just wasn't even respecting even if I did put a path, it was like, nope, you can't do that. So yeah, it's got some problems. But the actual, function does work. Just for some reason right now, he's decided he's not going to play with me. But I do have some outputs, so I'm happy that...
Hello, I am...
What the hell? Oh, it switched it. It switched it on me. But yeah, he's not actually allowed. Like, if I open this with administrator, if I open VS Code with administrator, I think it would be allowed to save there, but I did not. I did not. Cloud. Oh, wait. Are we? No, we're still working. So let's take a little look-see at the Claude situation. So basically, if I just refresh this, you'll see all of my crazy ideas. So we started off with this one, and then we went to that one, and then that one. So this would be the first one that we did the other day. This is where it all started. I said in the 90s there was a sound blaster utility with early sound cards called Dr. Spate, so I'm looking to do research on early speech synthesis. So this is from 1986. We did a bunch of deep research, 462 sources, created this solid plan, which we then used to build our app. It does have some stuff in here, but as you can see, it's quite thin. It's got a lot here, but it's only given this to the development team, okay, which isn't great, but it did work. Just took a lot of work. It took a lot of work to get it to work. So for the second one, I took a slightly different approach, and I said, here's my repo. So I actually said, include the working Dr. Spateso that we made from 1986. Help me find the next landmark speech synthesis to rebuild as we travel through the decades. Perhaps we can find a deck candidate from the 90s this time. Any year around 96 is suitable, though not a requirement. We will aim to target a new speech synthesis aesthetic commonly associated with the 1990s. So I let him go off. We did some deep research. Decided Deck Talk was a major candidate. Explained why. Also told me about Apple Plain Talk, which I did not do anything with. We went forward with the recommendation of Deck Talk 4.2, 1996. It was completely ropey, but in the end I said we can create a plan to rebuild this system in modern Python. We will name it DJZ Hawk, create the handoff document for the development team, Python dev handoff, contain all the code needed with detailed instructions to complete the fully working production build deck DJZ Hawk Rev 0. This will enable 96 speech synthesis using Deck Talk aesthetic. Now, when this handoff document was built, that's what Rev 0 is. So when you look it up on GitHub, Rev 0 is the initial build from that. But then I obviously, made it better to get to the Rev 1. Okay. Just by going through and fixing various problems that it has. But this is much nicer. It can see the structure you get by, saying, oh, this is a Python dev handoff document. So it's giving me everything I need for the Python build. It's much more code heavy because I said I want fully working production build. I said all the code. Yeah. So it did exactly that. And again, this did take a little bit of wrangling to get it right, but it did actually work. And like I said, I'm looking for super fast, so I want super fast. So we're not, trying to use old tech with new hardware, yeah? Okay. So that's DJZ Hawk. And as you know, I then broke it and turned it into the DJZ Droidz. Because I basically broke it and it's now I was like, it's making R2-D2 noises. So we flipped the whole project into DJZ Droidz at that point. So this is then dead-ended. You see what I mean? But it was really advanced. Sometimes you can't really tell what it's saying, though, if I'm being honest. So there's still room for improvement. But for a special effect that's like a deterministic mechanical voice, I think it's serviceable. So anyway, nowhere near as good as what we're on now, though. So this is the one that we've just made. So I've been doing research into the history of text-to-speech synthesis, hoping to reproduce the fastest method for speech generation in Python using modern logic that emulates or reproduces pre-2006 era aesthetics. The machine-like robot voice often heard spoken by Stephen Hawking, for example. We already produced Dr. Spatzo from 1986 and the system used by Stephen Hawking in 1996 as two separate projects. Building on the lessons learned here and in terms of design, we wish to create a third tool which aims to provide machine-like aesthetics in speech synthesis without relying on post-2020 AI models commonly used for this task. That's my context. You see how I'm using the same template as what we always use? A pure Python solution could be faster and less costly in terms of compute, opening up the compatibility with a wider range of devices. In short, we are looking at providing a machine-like voice intentionally as the core part of this research. We have completed the retrospective projects and now seek to evaluate the fastest non-AI speech synthesis project. Anything can be considered up to 2020 if need be. The solution must be standalone and portable, written in Python. Command line tool would function simply. Python main PySpeech to be spoken for direct use. Python main interactive mode, -I. We will use deep research, so now we're actually prompting. This is all a setup. This is all intent and context. Now we're going to give him some commands. We will use deep research to establish the MVP candidate for the described goal, then write that into a research document including citations. Furthermore, we can use the research document to plan the creation of the software aimed at providing the fastest possible machine-like speech synthesis in Python. The plan for this will be written into devteamhandoff.md, which will contain all the detailed instructions, full code examples and information required to complete the fully working production-ready build of DJZ Speak Revision 0, Rev 0. And off it goes. I've kind of let him have a little bit of freedom on what he can pick, though. Up until now, I was targeting a specific decade, Now I'm like, anything, just see what you can turn up. So he did his research, 459 sources, spanning 300, hundreds of sources, okay? And then he's going to give me the optimal 2020 TTS for DJZ formant synthesis victory, okay? So this research is what you would have gotten out of deep research just like that, if you'd done what I did up to this point, okay? And this is pretty good, but you can't build software with this. It gives you the basics of using PyEspeak, which again, we can't even use on Windows. But there's no other code here. There's a lot of cool, a lot of really interesting bits and pieces. So what I did was I used this, I called it research.md, put it in the same folder as the prompt. And I've said here, proceed and create devteamhandoff.md as described in the initial task. So now, with all of this in memory, you see what I mean? We're like primed, the pumps are primed, we're ready to go. He's done robotic TTS development. Look, this took 47 minutes to complete, so this was a big one. And he went off, he did all this stuff, just like he usually does. And then we get this, which is actually what we've used. I've said in VS Code, I've just said execute the plan defined inside the handoff document link. And here it is. So there's the core components, data flow, primary entry point, which is your main.py, and so on. Okay, it's pretty ambitious, considering, because I know how much work went into making the last two work. This one was actually quite painless, even though now it's giving us some grief. It was actually painless. So, okay, so yeah, that's that. So, oh, it's been making stuff. No, I don't think so. So what's it doing? Testing.
Testing output directory fix.
Yep, it's starting to, do you know what I mean? It's starting to sound like primitive text-to-speech, you know what I mean? Like before they brought in all of the, we'll make it sound sexy stuff. Because they did do that, you know, if you look at even the stuff that's built into Windows, they've got like very human voices now. I'm not anti-human voices, by the way. I just think it's an interesting experiment to not even try and go with latency, low latency. Because I don't think people care. Like, for a utility and a function, I don't think people care. Like, it's a robot. So...
Idle test on output directory.
That's so good. It sounds just like... That's how I expect them to sound. I expect them to sound like that. I mean, yeah, maybe we'll put, like, a filter on it or something, but... So it is actually saving it in the right place now. We have some other issues, so... What's this? Oh, right, it just wanted to know that the file actually exists. Yes, it does. Good boy. He done good. Alright, so let's just have a look at this. So that was the Rev 0, so we're going to update this and then make a Rev 1, you know? Because basically there was a bug with saving. Now what I'll do is I'll look at these dependencies. So it sounds great. It sounds like Mr. Speak and Spell. That's what I was aiming for. I don't know if you've ever heard of Mr. Speak and Spell. I think I'll get away with searching for one of those. Oh, I got an even better idea. Haha, the nostalgia engine. Right, give me a sec. I guarantee it'll work. I'll just type it in. What do I need to... I'll make my own, you know? I wonder if it can... There's no way. There's no way it can know what it is. Ah, it's... I typed it into Midjourney. And it... It didn't do... But the funny thing is, it looks like it. So it tried to do it, but it didn't really know what it is. Check it out. Mr. Speak and Spell was like a little red plastic thing for kids. And he had a yellow keyboard with black keys. And you push on it and it would go A. You push on it, it would go B. And if you typed in like C-A-T, it would go cat. So if it was like a game. Where it would, if you pushed a button, it would say the letter, but if you spelt something out, like a combo, it would make the word, right? So it's like teaching people how to spell. That's what it was. And it was like that. It looked a lot like this, you know? So I'm saying that the concept of the Speak and Spell is in Midjourney, even though it doesn't know what it is. Let's go and look one up real quick. So it's Mr. Speak and Spell. I probably am saying it wrong. Oh my god. I can't look at somebody else's YouTube. Oh yeah, there you go. See what I mean? It's just a little kid's toy. You still buy them. There you go. You still buy them. I bet they're like, oh, they used to have actual keys. That's cheap, man. They don't have keys no more. It's just got like a wipe-proof spit keyboard. Oh well. I suppose you don't want them chewing on it, do you? Alright. Anyway, nostalgia aside, let's turn this one into a video for fun with a no guide. The thing I don't like about this is, look, I'll just say high motion, right? What if I say low motion, manual? Ah, now I get to say it. Okay, Mr. Speak and Spell is absorbed by the typewriter. I don't know if it'll let me do that, so... yeah, no keys. Yeah, true. Steve something. Turtlenecks. Turtlenecks, guys. Okay, so that's cooking. We'll come back to that. So do we have a thing? It did a thing. It did a final test. I think we actually did listen to this already.
Final test of output directory.
Sick. Super sick. Okay, so I just want to upload that now. No, that's not it. That's not it. Not it. Bring it down. Bring it down. There we go. We're here. Is it the whole shebang? DJZ speak. Yeah, it is. It's the whole thing, guys. Not the VNV, though. Don't do that one. I think everything else. Yeah. And then I want to get rid of... It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna leave some samples. Okay, so we got some video back from Midjourney. So apparently the motion is high. It's not bad. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. What's he doing? He's literally like typing the back of the typewriter, and it's even moving. Next. This is auto, by the way. So, you know, if you hit auto, high motion, I mean, it's nice. The motion is nice. But what are we looking at here? Is he I suppose he's taking it apart. My grandfather used to work on giant typewriters. I can see it for shorts on YouTube already. Did you know that this man used to work on typewriters? The typewriters were incredibly large, but he worked on them outside anyway. Anyway. So, yeah, what else have we got? That's actually... I said he is absorbed by the typewriter. I don't know what it's doing. Next. Absorbed by the typewriter. I feel like I'm vibe coding in version 0.5 again. Absorbed by the typewriter. The man is absorbed by the absorbed by... So cool... But it doesn't look very controllable. I mean, maybe they got like a special way of controlling it. I don't want to like be aspersive, just, you know, haven't used it much, okay? You know, we've done a few things. Some of the stuff is convincing, but it's sort of like, this is cute because you think it's great. And then you're like, okay, so what do I do now? Get 4 voices and dub it? Useless. But I'm sure it'll get better. Maybe they'll bring in like audio. I won't be surprised if they bring in audio generation to... Because everyone's trying to match VO3. You see what I mean? That's the standard. That's the bar. You have to kind of break the bar. So, but yeah. Cool. Super cool. So how are we doing? How are we doing? So it works. We've pushed the latest thing. So I'm going to call this now Rev 1. Alright, so we're back to where we were. So now I can do Python main -I. Oh no, it did. It worked. I don't know how to change. Oh, right. So I can go voice. And then I think there was a HAL 9000. Okay, I think I remembered it right somehow. Alright. Hello, Dave.
Hello, Dave.
It doesn't sound like HAL 9000, but it is different. You need to take out the trash. It is Thursday.
You need to take out the trash. It is Thursday.
Wow, it's so slow. It's so slow. I need to quit so I can get the voices. This is working really nicely now. So we do it again and we just go dash list dash voices. Obviously this written in the... Do you know what? I don't know why I'm doing it like this. What a wally. So when you're in interactive mode, you can just try it all out. I don't know if it actually is saving the files. Does it actually save the files? I don't think it does, but So anyway, let's just get to the readme. So I've just got the list, because basically what this is I can't remember the list of names. So if I could just get the list of names up. There we go. That's all of them. Right, so now let's just go back in, because I can do voice. Was it classic robot? Okay, welcome to Scuffed Epoch.
Welcome to Scuffed Epoch.
Oh crap, I'm an idiot. I typed it wrong.
Welcome to Scuffed Epoch.
Nice, solid. You can change the speed as well. So you know that one that we did a minute ago? You can turn that back up. Oh, sick. Okay, right, next. Voice. Deck talk.
Welcome to Scuffed Epoch.
It is a bit different. Okay. What's next? Spate Zone. The one that started it all.
Welcome to Scuffed Epoch.
Definitely very different. I hope you guys can hear this. But this is actually super cool. I didn't think this would be such a good idea.
Welcome to Scuffed Epoch.
It's great for overlays and announcements and intros and all this sort of stuff. It's perfect for it. Okay, so let's see. What do we got next? We've got HAL 9000, right? Now he's slow.
Welcome to Scuffed Epoch.
That's cool. Okay, C3PO, eh? Is it a C3PO?
Welcome to Scuffed Epoch.
I mean, maybe. Not really. Vintage computer.
Welcome to Scuffed Epoch.
And they're all kind of samey, to be honest. If I'm being real. But they are different. I wonder if you can change them. Because on one of my previous versions, I exposed it all in a JSON. So you could basically make your own.
Welcome to Scuffed Epoch.
Yeah, some of them have like a sort of different echo to them, bit of reverb. So robotic female. Is this going to be my new waifu? Here we go.
Welcome to Scuffed Epoch.
Damn, she's a little bit high pitched right there. Help? Oh, so I can do it right here, huh? Let's make the pitch 50. A bit lower.
Welcome to Scuffed Epoch.
Okay, maybe we'll go back up to... Oh, wait, what? Okay, so the last command isn't there. Oh, there it is. Maybe we go up to 60, but then maybe we do... speed... I don't know what the speed is. Speed is 80 to 300. I wish I knew what the default was. Don't know what it is. Yeah, HAL 9000's running out of battery, yeah. Or please don't pull my memory out. In fact, that's a good idea. Let's stop messing with this. Hang on, let's say 150 and see what that sounds like.
Welcome to Scuffed Epoch.
It's actually pretty solid, guys. There's a lot of customization here. So let's go to HAL voice. I'll try that out. HAL 9000.
Welcome to Scuffed Epoch.
He's getting his brains pulled out. So if I now go speed and what's that? Words per minute. Ah, it's words per minute. Right. So if I say 200,
Welcome to Scuffed Epoch.
he's super quick. But if I say 50, it's got to be from 80. Okay.
Welcome to Scuffed Epoch.
Wow, it does kind of have that effect. Obviously, you could do more in a post to like have it on a curve, but yeah. You could totally low battery, low power.
Low power.
Find a charge cable.
Find a charge cable.
That's awesome, dudes. Alright. So, how can we improve this? I would say the most easy thing to do to make this better has got to be... I reckon the ability to make new voices. Ah, he's already done it. YAMLs. YAMLs. They're right here. So, I know what to do. Close that. Make it open. Yeah. Okay. We can enhance this app by adding more default voices to the default voices. Just leave it open like that. Just add more. Just add more. This is great. Fernicar says ban cars, hate space. They're gonna ban cars. True, actually, yeah, I should have said that, shouldn't I? Let's get Hal to say that. Okay. Classic robot. There. Let's see if it can do that. They're gonna ban cars by 2030. And then we'll all be walking.
They are gonna ban cars by 2030, and then we'll all be walking.
Ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha, well, don't mate.
Good joke, mate. Joke detected.
Joke detected.
Oh no. And what's the other one? Ah!
I did taste, and I hate taste. I did taste, and I hate taste.
Beautiful. Imagine that. There's only one thing robots feel pain, and that's when they're in space, but we didn't know that. I hate space. Okay. So it's going to add... Whoa! It's going to add a lot of voices, guys. It's going to add... Terminator, GLaDOS, Jarvis, Robocop, Wally. Look, I don't think that these are actually going to work, okay? But, I mean, it does work, right? It does work.
Joke detected.
So, you know, the goal was create the fastest TTS without AI with vibe coding. And it's done. And like I said, if you want to go ahead and grab it, the repo's already pushed. Just pull it, fork it, chop it, change it, chase it. Usual stuff, right? Oh, this is great.
Ha ha ha.
Good joke, mate. I love it. Right. So let's see. Where are we actually at then? I think we need to sort of just get on top of this addition. So let me just exit before he starts doing stuff. There we go. Look at all these extra ones. Space station style. Cool. That's a point, actually, because they do use this synthesized speech in, like, air traffic control. It will be like pull up, and in altitude, yeah? You've heard it in, like, cabin recordings. So this has actually got quite a lot of value because if you're doing that kind of production with AI, you're going to need those sorts of things to make the sound design right. But yeah, Betty, yeah, you saw the voices. This was nearly called DJZ Betty, by the way, but because it can make many voices, I just called it Speak. I think the way this will go, if this works, is basically like two things. You'll have this original program, which you can just fork into your code. So whatever it is you're working on, you could just build it into the UI by having the response be piped to this, and then it make the WAV locally, which then gets played back in your UI or whatever you want to do with it. It's also going to be a good screen reader, right? Because like I said, it's like not using AI. It's not expensive to run. You can customize the voices, even bake it so it only uses one voice. You know what I mean? So it's more lightweight. And then I'll probably end up making an API. Because I was thinking it would be interesting if you could have like an MCP isn't quite right. But, giving the ability for it to speak, but it not being... So this is like, what is this? A model agnostic voice. Do you know what's really weird? I'm kind of going around building all of these different parts. You know what I mean? So like we've built external memory. Now I'm building external voice. Next it'll be external sight. So it's got vision. Probably will use VL, like a local Quen. The only thing I can't find is hearing, because I'm going for the 5 senses. You can tell, right? The game's it's giving the game away. I'm just going for the 5 senses. So obviously it can't do touch, right? It doesn't have a hand, but I guess if you gave it a robot arm, it could, right? But what I'm thinking is sight, speech, sound. So it needs to be able to hear. And do you know, I haven't seen anything like that, which is really weird. You know how we're all doing like music generation and stuff. The closest thing I've seen is that that service that you play music and it tells you what the track is, but that's not it. We need like tags, we need like captions. Like, where's the Quen VL for audio? I haven't seen one, so if anybody does see one or know of one, I want to see it. How's he doing? List voices. Whoa. Oh my. Oh my. A GPS spacecraft computer. I'll be back, Terminator.
I'll be back.
That was cute. Okay, what's he going to do next? Retro, what's this? Atari.
Game over. Insert coin to continue.
Cool. That was cool. Fake arcade voice. Ah, there was one they listed on the A-Step LoRa trainer. Thank you, Zanelli. If you can find a link for me, that's brilliant. Because like I said, the ability for the LLM to be able to hear stuff is actually like, we need that. We need that. I might just tell him to test every voice. Yeah, I will, yeah. I'll tell him to test every voice. Did I actually finish the Rev 1? Yeah, I did. Yeah, cool. That means we can do update for main. Rev 2 style. Okay. But I need to test all of them. We can test every voice iteratively with a contextually fitting line of text. I am starting to talk like them. We only tested 2 of 26 voices. I need to make sure they all work before I push the update. Yeah. facts. So, what's he doing? He's planning. Alright, cool. Yeah, this was... I didn't think this would... Yeah. I planned to do music. Yeah. This is audio as far as I'm concerned. Because the thing is, I might make really cool samples with effects and then use them in my tracks. Drop the beat. Let's see. Okay, let's go. I hope you guys can hear these voices. GLaDOS. GLaDOS is cool, man. That's an old game. I remember finishing that on a live stream in like 2014, 2015. Something like that. Good game. Good game, good. I'll be back. Here we go.
I'll be back.
I'll be back. Next. Speed it up. It's supposed to be fast. Oh yeah, we never fixed the numpy stuff. We'll have to do that as well. Sorry, Dave.
Sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Sounds the same to me. I don't know what he's on about. That sounds like the same voice. Grumble, grumble, grumble.
No, it's you. You know, after all you've done, I'm actually glad to see you.
It's almost too good for GLaDOS, but he tried. He did try to do GLaDOS. I heard the effect. So fair play. I thought that would be a failure, but that was different. That was cool. C3PO.
The odds of successfully navigating an asteroid field are approximately 3,720 to 1.
I actually kind of love how cool this is. It's like super retro as hell. This is like last Starfighter level of, you know, there's like ILM doing their solo project. Let's see. Jarvis.
Good morning, sir. Shall I run diagnostics?
It's not Jarvis, but I can see what they're going for. It's good though. I mean, it's very clear. You can actually hear what he's saying really easily. RoboCop?
Oh, you are under arrest.
Sounds very British as well, which is funny. This whole is very British. You can hear like strange accents in there. Wally?
Wally.
It's trying, but no. It's trying. No. It's not Wally. It's not cute enough. Sounded like a Dalek pretending to be Wally.
Hello. I am Dr. So what seems to be your problem?
That's not bad. It's better than Dr. Spadeso by a long shot. Atari Sam, we've already heard that one.
Game over, man. Game over.
So you went, Game over, man. It was real northern. That's kind of cool. Not expecting it to have like the northern accent every now and then. It's funny. Just so used to hearing everything with an American accent, I guess. Computer alert.
Warning. Critical system failure detected.
It sounds annoying. That's great. Got a really nasal robot. That's great. Can we be friends?
Can we be friends? I'd like to learn new things.
That's about right. That's quite fitting. For the old LLMs. They're only 3 years old.
T-minus 10 seconds and counting.
That's a good countdown voice. Very good countdown voice. We need to figure out what's going on with this module compiled against API version of OXF, but this is OXE. Like what? What? Is that all of them? That's not all of them. You've done like 5. Come on, bruh. Yeah. British Android.
Good afternoon. Jolly good to see you, old chap.
Brilliant. Contextual quote, you know, for the voice. Binary whisper.
The secret is hidden in the data stream.
Sounds like a freaking Archmagus of the Mechanicum, bro. That's kind of cool. Just not glitchy enough, but you could add that. Very cool, very cool. If resistance is futile, you will be a symbol of heavy metal.
Resistance is futile. You will be assimilated.
Kind of got more Dalek vibes than Borg vibes, but yeah. Very cool, very cool. Evil robot voice. What else have we got? What else have we got? Come on. I'm really happy with this. I didn't expect it, because you've got to hear... You remember what it sounded like before, right? It sounded like this. Which is like more close to what the noise of the router used to make when you dial up the internet. But, you know, this is much better.
In my many years of computation, I have learned wisdom.
Yeah. We're going to push this in a minute. I just wonder... I will see if we can fix these, but obviously I don't want to break it, because it is working. So while he's just chugging away there, we're going to get ready with the next push, because he's not going to change anything, I don't think. It sounds stable as this version is, you know? Let's see. Test basic. Push. Make this one rev 2, and then perhaps a rev 3 is in order, because like I said, I got time to see if we can fix those dependencies. It might be faster, because usually if it's not finding something, it's going to fall back. Voice navigation system, eh?
In 500 meters, turn right.
Just gotta imagine it like through a, well, just probably how you are hearing it, like through a bad speaker from a distance. That's what it really needs to sound like. All 16 voices tested, he said. I guess the other ones weren't included in that count, so these are the new ones. So yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool, and it's updated. So, I have noticed that we see some errors in the console on completing successful synthesis of speech. Okay. Let's see what he's got to say about it. Yeah, it's those ones. Okay. We are not worried about the eSpeak NG dependency because it is external on Windows and working correctly. We can investigate. Do you know what? Hang on a second. I'm an idiot. Do we still get the problem? When we're actually in the because the ENV was not activated because I already installed it to system. What? You've got to be kidding me. It's now telling me the same problem as before. Hang on a minute. Let me just new terminal. It was literally like run.bat. And then, yeah. Why is it trying to save it to the... Look. So audio saved to the right place, but then permission denied. But also none of the errors. But so actually these errors aren't real. It was because I didn't have the virtual environment active. So that means the VNV did fix that problem. Yeah, so that means the only problem is it's... Yeah, so let me just now say... Alright. We are not worried... Okay. We are not worried about the... Because this is working correctly and as expected. However, it seems that the process or the logic is attempting. That's really great. That's an amazing spelling. Attempting to save the output to a second app data location when this is not required. Because the thing is, if I want speed, I don't want him doing it twice. And you know what I mean? Like, oh, he's going to do it twice. No, just the one time is fine. It's funny that he's doing mine first. But anyway. Because it's not like it's going to app data and then being copied out. It's being saved to the right location and then for some reason also... Oh, no, wait. That's not what it's doing. It's trying to play the audio from a location where it didn't get saved. I read the error wrong. Right. Hold up. Gotta rewrite my prompt again. It seems that the logic is attempting to play the output from an invalid location when the correct location of the file in question is shown. As being inside the output folder. We can investigate. Okay, alright, cool. So it's not such a big deal actually. All it was is it couldn't play back the file when it was saving it. So when you're in interactive mode it can play it back, but when you're in the other mode it can only save it. But it's supposed to be able to play it at the same time. But it can't. So yeah, we'll do our best to see about that. And then that'll make a nice Rev 2 release. Do you know what? I don't even need it to actually play because it works when we're in. Interactive. So here. Oh, I screwed it up. There we go. Oh no. Permission denied. Why does he keep doing that? I swear we fixed that already. You know what I mean? It's like diabolical. It's like going back to previous behavior. Very strange. Very strange. Going back to previous behavior. So we've still got more stuff we need to do. Fun. I don't understand. Okay. We can investigate any logic which is using temp paths and use the output folder correctly. Correctly. Yeah. I swear this was working just a second ago. Maybe I did it in a slightly different way. So, quit. It does matter, do you know what I mean? So, yeah, so if I do it that, it works. Windows sucks so hard. Sort by... Look, where... Because it's music, you can't sort by creation date anymore. I love Windows. Date created. There we go, I got it back. There, this.
In 500 meters, turn right.
Oh yeah, it's working fine. But for some reason... Yeah, use Windows built-in audio player. Yeah. Yeah. Temp playback. Yeah. Yeah. So obviously it was still sending stuff to temp to play it back. I'm like, no. We want to save everything. I'd rather have it than not have it. You know, you can delete stuff. It's better than never having it in the first place. Apparently there's effects. I wonder what the effects are. I'm going to marry this up with pedal board. Might try and make this into a comfy node. Let's go.
Testing the fixed audio playback system. Testing the...
Yes. Okay, cool. Oh, but he's not doing it with the thing. You big fool. You big fooly fool. You didn't activate VNV. You silly boy. Didn't activate the VNV. You silly... Right, so we've got to get this. I mean, it's fun that it still works, though.
Testing the fixed audio playback system. Testing the
Yeah.
fixed audio.
Basically, it works and there's no errors, right? Okay. So far, so good. So far, so good. So that's actually worth pushing another update, because we did just fix something. Let me just check what we did. The edited audio processor. Yes. Main branch. Push. Okay, I'm not going to push the output folder because it's kind of pointless to just be pushing loads of freaking... I might just delete the output folder from the repo as well, because you don't need it. Need that. Everything but VNV. Yeah. Everything but output and VNV. And then delete the high cache file. There we go. Because you don't need to, like I said, it's just bloating the repo like when you want to clone it. All those WAV files, it's just not necessary. You know, it's gonna. I think it should make the output folder. So I did say if it doesn't exist, create it. So I don't know. You never know where the code ended up, right? But no, that's good. What do you mean ready to implement the fix? Oh yeah. Okay, it works. Send an act. I think I broke it. Yeah. Okay. Oh well. Don't do that. Looking at Ace Step, so Zanelli has come in saying, looking at Ace Step have changed their documentation, but looking on the Wayback Machine, they had Quen Omni. Quen Omni? I think we did something with Omni 7 billion. Omni 7B. 3 months ago. Audio, please describe. Yeah, please provide a brief description of this music. Yeah. There it is. Please help me solve the math. What did the person on the left and the person on the right say? The person says this, the person says that. Wow. 3 months ago. And this is 2.5 Omni Talker. There's going to be a newer one. 3 months is a long time. Okay, so we've got text ranker, re-ranker. Oh my goodness me. Oh, we already seen that. Yeah, just look. I'm like looking at it going, what? Quen 3 embedding 0.6 billion. It's just so much. So 235, 33. A22B is their supermodel. It's way too big for us to run. Come on, man. They're spamming up their own chat with this ridiculous amount of releases. We've got to get to page 2 just to see something else. Quen 3 embedding. Quen 3 re-ranker. Aha! Quen 25 VL 72 billion instruct. That's going to be of note. Quen 3, look at this, 0.6 billion. Quen 3, 4 billion GHF. See, 2.5 VL. I wonder what is their structure? You know, what's their strategy? 4 billion. What the heck? World PM. They're all different. God save us. Yeah, that's the old one. That's going back some now. 72B, 7B. That. 7B. 2.5. Yeah, I think we've already got the best one. Nope. Right. Video 392 by 6544. 8 seconds. Time IDs. Okay. Where? Yeah, so anyway, getting back to what we were doing. Spateso's done. And Speak is underway. Droidz is good. That was a good one. Nice win. Multiple wins, actually. Spateso, Hawk, Droidz, and Speak. Speak's the best one. But then it's a 3rd generation project, you know what I mean? Do it in a day. In your spare time. Because I've been working today. But yeah, like I say, 8... Wait, I'm looking at the wrong... No, this is the right one. And remember, the goal yesterday, we were like, wouldn't it be cool if they could talk like machines? And we've solved it. I'm just trying to think, is there anything else that we could do to make it better? We can update the documentation. Update the README. Now we have reached revision 3. Is it revision 3 or revision 2? I can't remember. 2. Revision 2. Now we've reached revision 2. So we've got a few bugs out, basically. That's all it means. It's like a glorified way of saying, yeah, I released a broken thing. Now we have released Rev 2 and fixed the bugs. Recommend that the user installs 2venv to prevent package conflicts with the system Python environment. Okay. Oh, we should probably actually say, at README. At README. Okay. And that is how you make a bunch of software with vibe coding in a day and then release it all on the GitHubs and show you all what we did. Pretty much. And like I said, this was being built on the side while I was explaining what I had done already. So it's kind of like it just became into existence while I was trying to tell you about this other stuff. So it was a great project. I'd do it again. Oh my God, there's 2 of me. Stop leaning quite so hard, you know. Oh yeah. So pretty much, guys, that is the show. Tomorrow, though, now we've got all this out of the way, we can move on and get back to the other stuff. I've got some books to write tomorrow, so don't miss the writing section tomorrow. Like I said, we put Writing Club to the back of the queue a lot. I want to do some talking head stuff tomorrow as well, so we're going to be looking at some of that. Please send your workflows into the Discord, because I want to take a look at what everybody's doing, basically, and write up how to install that architecture and all this stuff, because I think a lot of stuff is going under the rug. So I appreciate all your help with sharing your workflows and pointing me to GitHubs and whatnot, because we can't be everywhere, can we? Alright, so that's it, guys. Another show. We'll see you tomorrow at 8 PM. Thanks for watching.